you could have gone into Mirage, right? When we heard that from Apex, I'm thinking, oh, they banned Mirage, did they? Where's the ancient punishment? Oh, never mind. Comfortable map pool for the Danish-French mix, and away we go. 3 smokes. Ooh, the 1xBet odds are still going to favour, well, I guess the favourites on paper, but as far as the group's gone, FURIA looking hot to trot.
This is a must-win game for Vitality. I was speaking to Gary over at the canteen, and he said to me, just the realization had struck him that they can ruin the Pro League chances of Vitality today. No one can afford to weather a 0-3. Flashes and smoke, bomb to be escorted up. Magisk, highest rated player of the group, and he's got a nade for that plant. Early, nice fake out. He can go ahead and plant safe now, uncontested. Smoke, flash, it's all still there. And now with the bomb down, we've got ourselves a 5v5 with a boatload of utility on Serato.
They can keep flashing, they can molly the bomb, another defensive smoke can come into play here. So this is looking good for FURIA now.
Retake utils out, good one short, one close. Drops found a nice little corner though, they're pushing as a unit. Magisk's a threat, Art is quick, and now as the bodies keep dropping, appropriately, drops, stands strong, combines with the others for a shutdown.
Now, Alex, I do want to do a little bit of correction here. Vitality are currently 1-1. They beat Sprout in the opening game. It's FaZe who are the ones who are in a bit of a hot and heavy situation over there. They'll be playing Sprout later today, and so one of Sprout or FaZe will be able to pick up their first win. But you could see this here, the fake plant to dodge the nade and then just get that underway. So understanding the protocol utility coming out the other side. Good stuff from FURIA there.
Oh, well, Gary was wrong then. He was convinced. You're bang on. I did cast that game. 22-20. It was a close fall, but Sprout did lose. Apologies for that. Deagles and Kev are out, and a lot of smokes. We know they're a drill here. Plenty of Galils. It does mean that they're prioritizing their utility.
We'll see how long they can hold on to it, because they don't actually have full ramp control right now. So if they're planning just to keep dropping one-way smokes towards the crane, understandable, or keep smoking short so they can just focus towards the top of ramp and crane. But Art, he's a bit of an issue. He is so far in the event the #1 in terms of opening kills. Interesting smoke thrown out here from yuurih. He's actually going to use that to jump on over and go towards sandbags. So creating his own gap. And yeah, a nice way to clear sandbags. You like that from yuurih. Take some fights now. Still 4 players here. Need to find a kill. Nothing lethal on ZywOo just yet.
Yeah, they're going to walk short, and that opens up the gates. It could open up the round. Apex builds into what Masuta started. Swinging in is safe. And he's done well on that one. Not ready for the Deagle of Magisk. He's managed to control it very well. The hand cannon's still a threat. Now they even have a number advantage. yuurih and drop. Aggressive. And it works. Just as the smoke was fading, you could see they weren't anticipating. And now, well, Dupree, he's made of stern stuff.
He has yuurih locked here at least. There's a one-on-one opportunity.
yuurih's just got the patience of a saint. He's confirmed it, that there is a dance on the site. Short is set up, and that was his opportunity. Dupree doesn't quite find the head. We'll make that 2-0.
Yeah, and should be 3-0, right? Because that was the force spy right there coming out of Vitality. So handled by FURIA. Sure, it gets a little bit sketchy in patches, but a great job. A couple of other little stats I was checking out, and obviously we've only had 2 games played for FURIA. Well, 2 games played for everybody at this point. But as far as the event goes so far, they're #1 in terms of opening kills. They're #1 in terms of multi-kills. They're #1 in terms of 5v4s. And, well, they're #2 in terms of 4v5 conversions.
But in terms of 5v4 conversions, you know, I've always thought FURIA were a bit of a kind of hot or not. Sometimes they don't convert.
Yeah, and one of the reasons for that is their trading not really on point, right? Their trading is middling of the pack, more towards the bottom. The thing that bails them out is their individuals. It's yuurih and Serato who are 2 of the best players in the event so far. I think that they're maybe one of the most... When I say underrated, maybe it's just under-talked about duos, like rifle duos. Those guys, those boys are nuts.
And I think half of the reason that they are under-discussed, it might have something to do with the fact that FURIA kind of pulled out a shotgun and shot themselves in both feet over the course of last year.
The junior situation?
The junior situation, just generally losing Henny and spending a whole year trying to get back to where they were. I mean, I don't want to be overly critical or overly dramatic, but that's kind of how it struck me. That's how I would summarize it. And now it just feels like FURIA themselves have the same sentiment. We're back. And we're going to chase the dream that we were supposed to be chasing last year.
I like the counter-strike because the other night, it was Harry and Hugo who were doing their game, and there was an overpass versus outsiders, and they were talking about the cutting a noise and getting in their heads. So just some of the decision-making in the layers, it's not no longer FURIA, we'll run at you, right? There's actually a lot more to talk about with this team. So it's nice. It's seeing them grow into something more, and Art still does his mad moves, but they've got saffee who's brought in. You heard Kassad talking about him back from the Pain days when he used to play against them. And Drop is the one to me that the more I get to watch of him, probably the better. I don't think I've seen enough to make a real
judgment.
Yeah, it's tough with Drop. I think he's doing his job, but if he starts having some more breakout moments, have a bit more confidence, he could be that real difference maker for this team.
Oh, definitely. Everyone wants to be the next team to uncover that diamond in the rough.
It's nice little opening just there. Funny, it's Art.
Yeah.
Onto Apex.
No surprises. We were tracking his opening kills. He had a very, very successful day yesterday. And dupreeh.
Oh, great nades.
Yeah, completely caught off guard by that. The trajectory obscured. He does swallow a double nade down to 18. And I wouldn't favor him in that duel he's looking for. Suter commits to the spray. Art manages the Galil spray very well. Could go down to the tarpaulin, but he maneuvers and tucked into short. Lots of pressure applied to the A site just by existing.
If they knew they had done this much damage to dupreeh, I'm sure they would turn their affections towards him. And he's dead now anyway, so Drop has a pretty good idea.
Yeah, he knows what he's got to take the space as well. Playing with them, playing with their foods. I woo, overextends. And yeah, this one. What did Yanko say? I've got a great memory. He said, you know, starting T-side Vertigo, you can go 4-0 down and it can spiral out of control.
Yeah, well, I guess this is the flip side, right?
This is the opposite. This is you can go 4-0 up and it spirals out of control for the defense. Vitality, $50 in their back pocket. Magisk is going to be trying his very damnedest to keep hold of everything.
How was your time with Hugo yesterday?
It was fun. It was fun to cast with Hugo. It was a throwback to my Pansy casting days. 2 hybrids walking around just talking about everything. And I didn't get to have my intervention with him.
Oh.
Maybe we'll have to have another one.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and unfortunately, well, we jumped into a full best of 3 10-man operation.
I see.
With Katowice crew and the Dusseldorf Dolphins.
How did it go?
It was fine. I got really triggered because I heard during the first map Harry would use every call I made and tell them that where I was. So like, for example, I'd say 2 I'd say 2 ramp. I go 2 ramp, 1 palace, and they go he's dark, he's dark, he's dark.
I see.
And like that kind of like I don't know whether it's just unintentionally ratty.
Well, Harry games with 1 ear cup off.
And I have a really noise-cancelling headset, so I couldn't hear anything they were saying. They could hear everything I was saying.
I see. The information was used against you.
And then combined with Hugo kind of going, yeah, you better save Alex, when I'm like saving a gun. I'm like, God, this little...
Yeah.
Was enjoying it far too much for...
They were getting under your skin.
They were. But we had 2 16-13s and a 16-8 stomp that we kind of walked through them. Very intense best of 3. Ended.
Must have been a late one.
It was a late one.
Yeah, I don't think the CSPPA would have been happy with the time that one finished.
No, they would have had some. They would have had some complaints. I think they'd have had some complaints about the integrity of the whole situation.
Well, Harry and Hugo, you're on notice.
You are. Little rats.
Oh, well, that's Art down. Nice shot there from dupreeh's Deagle.
Yeah. There's another headshot. So this isn't going to go swimmingly for Vitality, despite the strong start. dupreeh, good for 1, but you need a heroic moment. We've seen teams really do have a preference. Smoke the right side, channel them all through the left. It is a nice choke point.
Oh,
Magisk has done a lot there, and it's up to save. Can he save the day? He can. A double kill, 8 HP on the last, and that is huge. That could have been the start of Vitality clawing us back. Instead, FURIA extend their lead.
Yeah, sweaty hands there. Probably wipe him on the tower safe. When you're that low on HP, you know you're up against the pistols and that M4. Woo, woo, woo. That one almost got out of control. So 5-0. Handled business there, didn't they? That was the opener from dupreeh. Always love a Deagle headshot. You just can't not enjoy it. Great trade back from Drop there, and this is where it almost got out of control. yuurih's spray a little bit skew-if. Kaserado mops up 2, and then safe. Standing and fighting, not playing the bomb, playing the kills. And contact out mid here.
He backed himself on that one.
Magisk gets tested here very early.
Nope. Cancels his plans quickly.
There's so much space for them to have right now. How are Vitality going to respond here? Oh, Safe has the bomb. You have to stay with him, boys. You can't just leave him.
Nice counter molly. dupreeh spots 1 on the way back, and it's It's bad info if he assumes that they will retreat. Good nade damage as well. Looks like Vitality put a lid on this. They've caged the animal that was looking to thrash through mid.
Remember the one thing about ZywOo is they can almost have him solo A a lot of the time. Once they establish him top ramp, he's very, very good at just holding onto this real estate. And he got the kill into Art on his lonesome. Apex had to respond to middle with Masuta. They had to help out Magisk. And, well, back towards B. So the rotation, it's more in a default setup that you'd expect now from Vitality. But FURIA not only down a man, but down quite a chunk of HP and noisy about this too. I don't know if you'd still want to go for the boost after making such a sound cue.
It's Vitality we're talking about. Now they know that with this setup they have answers on the jiggle.
I know he's, well, at least he thought.
Yeah, nice find. It's an easy one for Dupree to collect. Punishing round now. Vitality have actually dealt with this convincingly. And it is just safe. Hero of the last round, gonna have to sit this one out. 15 seconds just to maneuver through and keep that AK on his body. I see some people jumping the gun on this whole ZywOo situation. He's had a bad start to the year, and now everyone's assuming that he's just forgotten how to play the video game. I also saw this whole conversation. It was a very, surprisingly articulate discussion over on the HLTV forums.
Oh, really?
Someone was actually trying to explain to the other person how the changing of your native tongue to your second language would affect your gameplay, and someone else just couldn't understand that. They're like, no, because your crosshair and your mouse and your hands haven't changed. And I'm like, God, have you not lived a moment in this life, in this world?
Yeah. Look, the fact that you said you read something articulate on HLTV, that in itself is a miracle right there.
He didn't just say, lol, men's idiot. He actually tried to explain his position.
Just quickly on the ZywOo situation, he's still the 4th highest rated player in this group.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's just...
But with a notable drop-off.
Yeah, and that's the crazy thing. If you're a god, when you start to bleed, we go, oh, that's the problem, right? So,
honestly, idiotos.
That's you.
Elbow. Leave him alone. Apex is down as well. The site is surely open now. Magisk would have to save the day for the squad, and he is going to fight his way out of here. Has to get away now. Smokes are up, and it looks like Dupree's actually dealt with this. They were trying to poke and prod at B, but now he's in a dance with death and the round. All the ramifications of that death now to be felt.
Bit of a nutmeg there from old ZywOo through the sticks, and Art gets 2, right? You see the missed shot into 2 kills. It's so punishing.
You just know how frustrating it is to play against a team like FURIA, where one man can make so much space and so much damage. It enables plays like that. Art causing such a kerfuffle on A that they just say, hey boys, they're probably going to have to acknowledge me. Why don't you stroll B? Dupree, dancing with them.
Is he really going to give this a crack? He's having a look here, and the bomb's starting to tick down. No noise made. Spotted here. If he could have gotten in a little bit closer silently, would have gotten away with maybe 1 kill, but K Serato executes, and that's going to be 6 now for FURIA. Okay, FURIA, we see ya. We see ya. Like, the fact that Art as well is still able to get away with aggressive moves. They're not the same aggressive moves, right? They're not the same maneuvers. They're different. But constantly over the last couple of years, having different ways to find that same traction. It's not easy, right? You can see like players of the past who were really good with Aggie moves like the Furs and JWs. They were able to keep it going for quite a bit of time, but you have to reinvent eventually and have a few new moves. So good from Art to keep this up. Look, I love this style of in-game leading. It's so high risk, high reward. But I like, you get to be in the thick of things, you're making the call, you know what's going on. And then if you have these riflers around you, like the K Seratos, like the Yuurihs, you know that they're good. You know that they're good for a couple. Here it is again, out the smoke, 1 and 2. Masuta just absolutely wrecked. So fortunate with the leggy. Oh, it gives it away as well. So head on a swivel quite literally from Art. They're just looking everywhere. And good trading from Safe.
Yeah, his pacing was nice. Showing up, K Serato winning the round with that duel on Dupree. So I was taking the initiative and aggressive page out of his book. He'll tuck in a bit more as the pre-fires do come in. So right read.
This is the cat and mouse game. Like, he's trying to go aggressive so Art can't start pushing.
Oh, he's going to get him again. I can feel it. My waters!
Oh, Lord.
Has got ZywOo's number. He stamps his ticket, and again, Furious Stampede through. I guess we questioned whether or not they should have picked a different map. We talked about Mirage. We talked about the fact it was, again, banned. No Ancient Punish either. But Vertigo right now is shaping up to be very threatening. Art's not going to get away with the same tricks onto Masuta. Oh, but wall banged by Safe. He actually gets him. And now, this is so perfect. This is how they play. No, what? I get it now. Hang on, it's just clicked. Vertigo is the perfect map for FURIA.
Yeah, well...
You can be complete weasels, park people in every part of the map, cause a kerfuffle, make sound cues and fake you out, and maybe Dupree at least gets info.
So quick. Like, he is going to be so quick.
Like
they won't
this is their map. Look at K-Serrato.
Okay, K-Serrato. Hello. Dupree is going to be punching the desk. Mate, I heard you. I was right behind you. How are you accounting for me already? I'm meant to be the bloody bee holder.
Yeah, no wonder. They must have so much fun on T-side, Vertigo, because they can just fake you out, force the rotates, make you feel like a bit of a tit.
Alex, fun one here.
Yeah.
We've had 8 rounds of play so far, and Art has already been involved in 7 opening exchanges. He's won 4, lost 3.
I mean, he's just perpetually at the front lines.
Well, it's 8 rounds. Did I say 7?
Yeah, but that's because it's behind.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry, everybody.
Oh, Chad, we forgive you.
Sorry, please don't make that red. Please, I can't make it anymore. That was method acting.
Everyone's still talking about Zywoo. My last point is, if you speak a second language, just do me a favor and jump into a Counter-Strike team that only speaks French at your GCSE level and see how much slower your reactions are to calls. Just the reactions to calls. You know, like the fundamental part of the team game in terms of like building a mental picture of where they are. Just do that and expect it to be exactly as quick than it would be in your native tongue. That's all I think
communication is one of the biggest components of the entire game.
And for some reason, we've spent years learning this. We spent years. I remember the conversations about Kingwin. Can we please put the pin in it? We worked it out. We spent 7 years.
Yeah, but Alex,
international teams are difficult.
But Alex, in League of Legends.
What about League of Legends?
Yeah, that's where I'm going to stop.
Yeah, all right.
I was just trying to build a straw man.
I was about to...
I was just trying to...
Tell me about League of Legends, Chad. Do you want to talk?
I just wanted to build a straw man. I just wanted to...
Manufactured scarcity, Chad.
Oh, dearie, dearie. Okay, well, Art's peppered. Well, he's a bit more than peppered. He's slightly sautéed. I would say Safe is peppered right now.
Peppered steak. Wouldn't mind.
They're heading back towards A. This little booster Rooney.
He's gonna lose his head. Yuurih's a geek. He actually has that completely carboned into his flight path.
You remember the boost that FURIA did on this map against the 100 Thieves?
Yep.
I think Heku actually asked... hold on, this might get out of control here.
Don't you dare.
I think it may.
Oh, it is. Oh, it is. Chad's spidey sense tingling justifiably. There's no fakey boy maneuver here. This is not FURIA at their fakey prime. Zywoo still has that M4, and so is a threat through the smokes. The smokes are still up, but Yuurih's running out of time to plant.
So you have to kill everybody and plant?
I'm afraid so. Okay, well, he's got the lineup. Did some chip damage, but it's not really too much to write home about given the armored deagles are all they have and no kit.
The spidey sense is a little bit broken today.
No, it's just a little bit off. I think it was the next round.
Hold on, let me fine-tune me knobs.
Yep.
And I forget that no one can see us. All this silly bugger stuff I'm doing right now, nobody can even witness. So, look, just pretend that I have a box in front of me and I was twisting the knobs, because that is quite literally what happened. Yeah, that boost. If people want to go check that boost out, I would go have a look. I would just Google FURIA Vertigo boost 100 Thieves, maybe?
You know, I don't know if I'm giving Counter-Strike too much credit, but I reckon you could get away with just FURIA boost.
FURIA boost. I'm going to try.
That's gangster. I reckon.
Just YouTube. I mean, just Google FURIA boost. All right, let's see what the first result is.
Triple boost on?
Yep. You couldn't be more correct, Alex.
I'm an expert at Google. And I'm not.
It's quite seriously an ESL Pro tip as well.
Wow.
So
future pros.
If you want to hear Rushley's voice, head over to the YouTubes and you can check out the boost, which when we witnessed this going down, it was actually mind-blowing. I won't lie.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I want to feel connected to all of you human beings watching and enjoying the broadcast today.
What are the ones not enjoying the broadcast?
And if you're not enjoying it as well, I would advise you to prioritize your time a little more. Don't spend it doing things you don't enjoy.
I guess if you're a Vitality fan, you're probably not enjoying it too much right now.
Okay.
We can't do anything about that, I'm sorry.
Out of our control. But like I'm just saying, it's a lovely sunny day in Germany. It's Friday. You've got the weekend coming up. We've got a very fun Counter-Strike game. I just want to see learn how you're planning on spending your Friday evening. I'm sure there was probably a little bit of work to be done.
Couple martinis?
Yes, Sponge was touching his knob, Roberts. I know, but that is... See what he did there?
He got it.
Yeah, he did. He got it. Connection.
He got it.
Let us know. What's your Friday looking like? You got a cold beverage, a fresh orange juice with some ice cubes clinking around?
You're going to be listening to some smooth jazz.
Smooth jazz? I don't think I listen to enough jazz.
Multiple mollies dumped here to kind of dissuade Art, but he's a stubborn man, old Art. Up he goes, and he's going to win out the fight against ZywOo again.
How many on the opening kills, Chad? We're in round 10.
That is going to be his 5th opening frag, and he's been involved in, yeah, let's say 8.
8 attempts.
8 attempts.
Well, it works out again for Art. We'll ascribe another one to his name. Successful.
Can you take the rest of this round? I want to go count how many of them were against ZywOo. Let me just go and see how many times he's taken out the big man.
Les yeux en français. Maintenant, monsieur dans le rang. Et 2 et 3. 1, 2, oh, poo. I said 3 instead of 2.
3 out of his 5 have been against ZywOo.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so
and I believe that the 3 have been gun rounds.
So you know that in ZywOo's dreams tonight, he's just going to have an Art wide peek in him.
In some anime costume of some variety.
Keserato's dealt with the only threat and the chance of us talking about this round. I'm afraid this one's looking a little dunzo.
So tomorrow, Alex, did you know there's a football game here?
I did know that. Tomorrow we've got 2 games.
Yes.
And there's even a 3rd game going on at the same time.
So,
who are they playing? Is there a rivalry?
I'm not sure. I don't really follow the old people sports with the balls and the sticks.
I like that. I'm stealing that. Old people sports. Let's see. What is it? Dusseldorf.
But just so everybody knows, tomorrow there's going to be ambient noise like there's a crowd.
Oh, really?
Well,
but we'll hear it.
We have to keep this window open.
And that's right there.
The train station's right there. Can you imagine how many human beings we're going to hear outside filtering into this arena that holds... Harry checked it out. Wasn't it 52,000 people fit in this bad boy?
Yeah. It is the 19th of March tomorrow. We have got a game. I can't see who it is.
That's all right.
I was really excited.
It wouldn't matter anyway. Apparently it's Bundesliga 2.
2? Squared?
Yeah. Bit of a tech timeout called. Masuda's just left the game here. Guys. And we'll be getting him back in ASAP. We'll just sort out the technical issue. But yeah, now would be a time, as Alex was talking about earlier, to get into the Twitch chat. You can also use different social media platforms. One of our favorite is the Twitter sphere. If you use that, if you use the hashtag ESL Pro League, that's probably the one that you should use, so the ESL account will see it. Or you can tag Alex and I. That's at Sponge SPUNJ or at Machine GG.
Yeah, we've got Zach coming in with an early message. He's just talking about how much he's enjoying the new Vitality. He says, I think Vitality will be a beast team really soon. I love seeing the chemistry of ZywOo and Magisk beside each other.
Oh, okay.
That bromance will tally for a hell of a lot of kills in the future. And I'm sure he's not wrong, you know? I don't think that's something we've even considered. The boys, excuse me,
You're excused.
Over there. From Vitality have imported a lot of experience, and it's not like he hasn't had players like that around him already, but I'm sure just the more the merrier in that respect.
We just have a bit of a PC crash, guys, so we'll get this back underway ASAP. But Zach, I'm curious if the amount of A's in your name was at birth, or if this has been added since.
I think he adds an A every time he gets bodied in matchmaking.
Oh, Zach, confirm or deny. Yeah, these are just some of the highlights. You can hear this music. We're kind of, right now, flying through space as the Counter-Strike is appearing on the galaxy around us. I'll close their eyes and picture that now. And, well, our destination will be 51st floor of Vertigo soon.
Yeah, baby. I'd love that. But back to old people sports.
Yeah.
The conclusion I had is that the one-to-one I found from football Twitter to in esports, like the one that runs parallel, is Call of Duty Twitter.
Oh.
Because it's more tribal than most. You know, like in Counter-Strike, apart from like the Royal Arena with all of the adults that read the newspaper. But apart from them, most of the time we have like a full arena of people who are there to watch the game and have a team they'd like to win. You know, we get both. We have like, oh, I'm here to watch, and they can appreciate when there's a clutch on. Doesn't matter who it is, they'll be there to celebrate the brilliance of the clutch.
Yep.
Whereas for football fans, it's like life or death. Like I define myself by the success of this team that means nothing.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And it's the same in COD. Like they, phase up and they're throwing fists, whatever it may be.
Imagine if we had ultras.
Yeah, well, I'd rather we didn't.
Me too.
I just think all of that type of tribal thinking can stay over there because that's unnecessary.
Yeah, you can be passionate about something, but you don't have to be aggressively
When you're walking up to another human being with a life as complex as your own, you're like, hey, your shirt is blue and mine is red, and that means I hate you. It's like, you look like a pillock, you know? And I'd really rather we keep that away from the lovely safe space that is esports, he says, with grit teeth.
It's good that it's good that people are passionate about something. I really like that.
Yeah, and I don't want to take that away from them.
No, they should be, right? And look, we can get into a deep philosophical conversation, but maybe if we get a couple more technical timeouts. Because right now, everybody, what you're here to see is back underway. 10 rounds of play. And it's not a cracker of a game unless you're a FURIA fan. And, well, I'm sure there's a lot of you out there watching right now who are. Let's stay on board with Art here because he's going to try.
Look at this setup. This is one straight out of the Lanchan playbook. Two posted up on mid.
On the Hugo box.
Hugo box, as we like to call it.
You're going to give him the Hugo right here.
No nades, I guess. In the absence of a Hugo, you just put another body there. Oh, Jesus, Apex, that's a wide swing. And Art is got another opener. I can't believe we're adding another to the tally.
Yeah, keep him coming. Keep him coming right here. Look at all this pressure applied on A right now. They don't have any control. This is a minute 15 where they're already full up. Crane, nobody over towards the short. Ali, Ivy, Gap, scaffolding position. I could keep going. There's that many names. yuurih with a bit of a cheeky wall bang right there under the toes. But they're just going to continue to bear down on A here, and why not? Plenty of util for the explosion onto the side. The push forward off the one-way. ZywOo, is he going to be noted? yuurih's taking down Magisk here. It's just ZywOo, and oh, he's found one. He needed to find another. Quesarado deals with that. And Alex, I think the score is about to read 10-1.
Okay, and damage control. Like, so it's, let's say we've got Vitality fans listening in.
Yes, what we should do is get Vitality to send them all a box of cereal. Yeah, we're doing damage control.
One complimentary box of cereal for every game they lost. That's not bad.
The left shoe of their Adidas pair that are out there.
Just the left shoe?
Just the left.
Have to buy the right.
Well, next time there's damage control, we'll do the...
You've got a marketing degree?
I don't.
So you just you give them one shoe for free, and then they have to cop the other one.
If you want to see how much of an idiot I am, ESL released an SSD setup that I did with Simple, and they give us these, we have a tape measure, and they gave me a protractor last time. Yeah. You can see how stupid I am as I'm sitting there going, how does a protractor work? As a 32-year-old man.
Mate, to be fair, you haven't whipped out a protractor for a solid...
At least 16 years.
16, 17 years.
Maybe more.
Yeah.
I hated maths.
Yeah, it wasn't the one. And I just remember, and I'm not even going to say it because it's the least original thought I've ever had. I'm not going to say it. My maths teacher, I'm saying it anyway, maths teacher used to say, you'll never have a calculator in your pocket, and what do we have?
Calculator everywhere.
You know, that was like their biggest argument for us learning all the useless things.
I have a pedometer, a calculator, a telephone. What else can this thing do? I can watch things until my eyes turn red.
I mean, I'm trying to make the Vitality fans stick around, Chad. They're all tuning out right about now.
Next map, Alex. Next map coming up, Inferno, a map that they love, a map that they played a lot of, and a map that they can beat FURIA on. Let me tell you that much, unless FURIA really battened down the hatches and prepared for it. Third map will be Nuke. So if you're a Vitality fan, don't worry. Map 1, it's all good. Get it out the way. This is just a warm into the day. And then as we move into map 2, they start to become favorites on Inferno. And then if we make it to Nuke, well, FURIA, they have a very...
a lot of fun to be had if we get to Nuke.
But they play such a curious style of Nuke, don't they?
Come on, let's not...
Save it?
Let's not burn our good stuff yet. yuurih's just absolutely ruined ZywOo.
Another opening death for ZywOo.
He's having a nightmare of a game.
I think that's... he's 1-4 as far as opening deaths go right now, the Woo. He's more like ZywOo.
Yeah.
You get that? Yeah, like Woe, W-O.
Zai was 0 as opposed to an O.
Yeah. No, we really like ZywOo.
We do.
He's a lovely gentleman.
He's a lovely gentleman.
He's a big fragger.
He is an incredibly humble, focused on that team unity. I think he took a leaf out of Simple's book there, learned that lesson through him.
Yeah.
You know? Maybe I can't just succeed as a sole unit. And no, that's a lot of info. Gets the info drop, doesn't get the frag. There it is.
Look, let's just talk about ZywOo for a second. We don't even talk about his individual or fragging ability. I just like the fact that the guy always has a smile on his face, no matter what. Like, even in intense games, things are going wrong. You know, he seems to always be quite cheerful.
Who does?
ZywOo.
Yeah, that's fair.
I wish I could have anywhere near that much, you know, in terms of like just positive vibes flowing through my body.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably still, you know, living in the ridiculousness of his situation, you know. Like,
isn't it crazy?
Holy moly, I'm actually being paid to play this game I love.
And I think the thing is as well, because he's still quite young, right? So at that point, like, I don't know if he's had another job. Like, imagine if this was your first job, and then you end up, like, in your first year of being a professional at your job, you're the best in the world.
And I know this is getting a bit, meta now, but like, it's an interesting conversation. But like, if that was something, and it probably is, it's so commonplace in esports for it to be the first job, and you're going to have 6-10 years of like crazy money, crazy experiences, traveling the world. you'd hope that there is an organizational staff in place to hopefully teach you some of the lessons you would have got from the workplace.
Yeah, I get what you... Well, it seems like over there at Vitality, right, that they definitely do have quite a...
I don't know if that's even their responsibility, but you know...
Well, it shouldn't be, but well, maybe it should when you're dealing with teenagers.
Yeah, when you're signing them up and you are kind of essentially skipping a couple of steps in the employment ladder and the, you know, the experiences that lead to development. Okay, ZywOo looking for an opener, flashed off, and time ticking as Art just walked through the smoke. Oh, he's such a rascal.
Oh my, okay. What is there to say anymore? He gets away with it every time.
It's not even a strat. It's just...
We would have got away with it too if it wasn't for those...
meddling Brazilians.
Yeah. All right, now 4-on-4. This is a chance for a second round for Vitality. dupreeh on B, but that's where they're starting to pivot on back. And as I talk about B, the fight's on A. yuurih's got 1 and almost a second. Masuda takes lethal-ish damage, 5 HP remaining.
Oh, KaSarato's got a little glimmer in his eyes, flashed off, and now dead. Bled found the head. Nice shot on dupreeh.
So if you have the bomb,
he does have the bomb.
Need to plant that for Droppy Boy right now.
Oof, it's our 2 new names, Drop and Safe. And soon to just be 1, Safe, only the first. ZywOo, the one to close the round. A nice contrast to his most common conclusion. And we will see Vitality get into a little bit of a better spot. 2 rounds secured so far over the course of what has been 12 of play. 13 as maths is hard.
We've established that.
We have.
The calculator, we're not using it. This is the one in the head. This is the one that we learnt within the first 7 years of schooling, I reckon.
Yeah.
What are schools like now?
I have a curiosity about it too.
I wonder like if it's better or worse.
Sometimes I see clips from classrooms and I'm like, because do you remember, did you have smart whiteboards? Were you just out of the life of smart whiteboards? I know, Chad, it's not.
Did I have whiteboards? That would be the first question.
I mean, blackboard?
Yeah, we had lots. I had to go do the chalk dusters.
Come on.
What you...
My dad was using the chalkboard.
I think whiteboards came in high school.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hello and goodbye to Apex. He's got 2 HP. They really do. They're stubborn about this. They're like, Art will be in that smoke. You know he's going to be in that smoke. You surely know he's going to be in that smoke. Masuda's dead. ZywOo, lucky to be alive on that swing.
Win this.
Can smoke himself there if they need to. Actually, he's just kind of been screwed by a missed molly and a team smoke. Throws out a second, so he will be able to maneuver and jump up on the post. Elevated angle, but that's not going to surprise KaSarato. And now 2 remain for Vitality. Magisk is a threat at all times, rocking that M4A4, throwing it back old school.
Well, I think I'm going to be prepared right now for the Danish duo because dupreeh is pushing to contain. Magisk is the first port of call on A. This is 2 heavy duos on either side going toe-to-toe right now. I like this mental game of chess.
Get to see the real thinking man's game unfold. dupreeh working on his flank. The question is how active is he going to be? Does Magisk want info first? He is crossed over, so he can have the wall. And
molly this again here.
Okay, flash and go. Bomb needs to be scooped up. KaSarato's considering his options, and dupreeh hits the headshot.
That should be it.
Should be it.
It's the time right now. I don't know how yuurih gets in this.
No, he heard Magisk and he knows. Oh, Magisk's actually played this so well, just by faking the sound.
Really well played.
Beautiful. Beautiful from the Danes. 3 from Magisk in total. Don't know why I sounded like a Gungan when I said total there.
Do you know, like, KaSarato could be like some westernized sushi? You know, you go into a sushi, I'll have the KaSarato, thank you.
I'm slowly converting to sushi, actually.
What's so funny?
No, nothing. I was just.
What's a Gungan?
Well, exactly. My brain. I don't know if you know this. I'm sure you do. Is that I tend to speak before I think. It helps with commentary most of the time.
Sure, yeah.
I can tend to just keep a stream of words flowing out of me at all times. But Gungan were an amphibious sentient species, the native inhabitants of the planet Naboo.
Oh, okay, from Star Wars.
Naboo.
Okay, all right.
Remember the guy that goes...
Oh, that was... Okay, yes, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
I said total and I had
that
like
was
some phlegm and went like...
Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
I see. Okay, all right. That's one of the Star Wars movies that you can all skip. But let's have a look. This could be 4 for Vitality here, and this at the gates on the way out the door wouldn't be too bad. They'd be looking at 3 consecutive rounds and finally getting some wins under their belt. Very important so the individuals are warmed up, even if this is still a stomp in the second half and we quickly trundle on over towards Inferno. But again, an opening kill onto Zywoo. This time it's yuurih who hits the lethal blow.
And you saw through the X-ray how he was maneuvering, completely different approach and the same result. FURIA, they have got the recipe perfectly ironed out.
I was going to say like the Spice Girls. That's not what I meant. There's 3 of them.
Oh, the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, yeah.
And they put their rings and they connect them.
I think that's Captain Planet.
Oh. And what about when they combine and turn into a mega?
Power Rangers.
Okay.
As our childhood. Well, this could be a very tasty looking B execute right now from FURIA. They can get B lobby control for free. Magisk is floating over towards default right now. We could have the site completely laden with flames, but if Apex keeps pushing, this is not an angle that you tend to clear where yuurih is holding. Oh, yuurih steps out, so they know now it has to be B.
Yep, and he's gone forward. Yeah, that was a gamble. He rolled the dice, it's Snake Eyes, and now 3 on 2. They are going to walk in with this man advantage. Apex is low as well. You can see that it is all onto dupreeh. They're going to walk through this. He's got a supportive flash. Catches the bomb on Art, but they do swing through. Apex could win this. Has already ironed out the first and the second. Big one from Apex to give them 4. It's not pretty. It's great for FURIA, and they're looking to convert their punishment here. Vertigo, 11 rounds to the good. We're swapping sides, and we'll be right back. Stay hydrated. That's swapped since the start.
Running out of bullets here, Alex.
Yeah, but the nade does finish the job nicely. Magisk caught some flack on that, and now drawing the crosshair for only a moment. Zywoo good for first, but yuurih and Serato whittling away at what little remains. yuurih with a pair of frags, and that's 12. That very well could be the start of a conversation about map 2.
Yeah, great stuff there to convert the pistol. It got very dicey in the moment. You saw the crane peak and the top scaff peak, and neither really landing a whole lot. But if you can just plug the gap that is short, the Glocks coming out can be very domineering. But if you're able to stall them out with enough bodies, they go in the choke point, you have the superior pistol, and, well, you saw what happened. So 12-4, 4-spy back for Vitality, and the 4-spy didn't go great within the first half, did it? Let's see if they can change that tune. Zywoo with the biggest of the bunch into a Galil, the rest with the digs, and, well, Smoke's prioritized here again. But Vitality have a hard time of things here, right? It's the T side of Vertigo with light U2. You need to hope that you get gifted a kill, and if anybody was going to, it would be Art.
I'm going to just keep Zywoo's POV here on my screen.
The Galil cam.
Galil cam, exactly. I can take cursory glances as to how that's progressing, but they have put some weight behind it. You can see that full investment and single rifle.
The thing is, right now, they are just waiting for the util to limp on out, but Art hasn't thrown anything. So that's a bit of a problem here. And, oh, Art, you haven't thrown anything, but you're actually starting to push. What are you doing? 1 and 2, almost flicks into the third, but that's the Galil. How does he get away with that? He had a full bag of utility, and he just pushed randomly.
I'd be so frustrated playing against this man.
Look, the thing is, within the first half, I think as far as opening duels went, he was involved in 10, won 7, lost 3. So add another one to that. Now 8. He's won 8.
Out of 11.
Lovely stuff, Mr. Art.
Not a bad ratio, is it?
No, and that's, I mentioned at the start of the cast, he was the highest in the tournament so far in terms of opening kill efficiency. If you want to check that stuff out, head to HLTV. They have a pretty fantastic stats database. Or data. I don't mind.
You can find some data on the tour.
Straya.
Straya, folks. That's a nice one. Apex. Apex has struggled with the second. yuurih keeps the round under contention. And finishes it as well. Wasn't much time left on that one. yuurih 17, and he is a reliable turret. Is yuurih. Post him up and knock him down. He's up to 17, 20 on Cesarato. And those two, you know, you talk about, we didn't want to use the word underrated. There's a better word for it. Under-discussed.
Yeah, because I don't think they're underrated.
No, like when we talk, but we speak usually to their power in collective ways. We speak about FURIA's power. We're not being specific in the same way we are with other pairs. I'd say it's a bit nuanced and weird, but there you go. yuurih's great.
I think the two of them are sick. Like their decision-making, the thing is they're bought a lot of space to then operate in, but they still can do opening work. You've seen that throughout. They're great CT anchors.
Oh, he's done it again, Chad. He knows they're against just the pistols. Art has bought 64 bullets of absolute mayhem, and they're coming his way.
Come on, man. I hate this gun. I really hate it. I dislike it more than most things. And that, you know, God damn it. Every time he buys it, you know what I have to listen to from Rush? I gotta listen to Rush, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, go, well, Art buys the Bison.
They're major winners, Art. They're major winners. They lifted trophies. You can't buy a BB Bison against them.
Well, you know who we have on the 1s and 2s today? Because Rush is still having his sabbatical.
Yeah.
It's Jakey. And doing the camera work on the side is J-Raz.
J-Razzle. You know, I did think we've got some incredibly high skill third-person views.
Yeah, Jay really, he's done some geeky stuff. Yesterday, there was one that he did. He had it, so Drop was the last guy surviving, and there was an AK drop on the balcony, and he had the camera so that, like, Drop went to hold up a second, I'll get back to that, because Art's doing something crazy.
Man just knows.
There's no way Art gets away from this. Like, there should be no... Thank you, Magisk. Thank you. Yeah, he had it so that the camera angle was there. As Drop tried to throw the nade to blow the AK back, the bomb went off. But it was really cool camera work from old Jay. Deep nade down. That's going to chunk 2. Masuda and ZywOo soften for the M4 and continuing to spam on through. They're finding more damage. Peppered is ZywOo. He's dead. Safe's got another. Oh, let's just fight ramp, should we?
No, let's just win the round, actually. I think that's what we'll do. And they will.
Inferno.
So yeah, that's a map. Inferno's a map, and it could be a very competitive one. This Vertigo pick. You know, if I'm Vitality, this loss hurts even more. Not because it's 16-4 even, but this loss hurts more because I've just accepted Mirage ain't my vibe.
Yeah.
I've just made it clear Ancient's not my vibe, and now I'm proving that Vertigo's maybe not my vibe. At least not against the best Vertigo team.
Map pool shrinking a little bit, isn't it?
It's getting really hot under my collar trying to find a map pool that I'm comfortable with in a competitive environment right now. They are going to have to get to the drawing board fast. Obviously, this is just one game.
Yeah, they really still can come back in Inferno, and then I think Nuke is honestly anybody's. But right now, look how hot FURIA are looking. This is nuts.
It's a morale breaker. If he was to catch ZywOo, this is a change of pace. A double from ZywOo.
Guys, go now if you know you wanted to get back in time for the death segment, because you might be able to quickly go to the bathroom and get a drink before Yanko, Trace, and Casada are on the screens. I don't think you're going to miss too much here. Minute 10 on the clock. Magisk and Dupree, rifles short, have to go up against 3 on the other side. Art continuing to patrol over towards A, parking the bus is Cesarato. When the link man have dropped, well, he's making his way to the right bomb site right now.
He's resisting the temptation. And a 1v2, Magisk giving it everything he's got. Good chance on this, but Art's the one to close it, as he has been the one to open. Just 20 rounds played as we conclude our first map. That is crazy. FURIA have definitely come in, Chad, with a point to prove today.
Yes, Art stat lines there as far as opening kills weren't involved in 13 opening fights right there, and he converted 9 of which, so great stuff for Art, great stuff.